Hey everyone, thank you and welcome back to another episode of Coffee with the Beauty Reviewer. And I'm your friend Tyler Shelton, and today folks I'm giving you my personal thoughts and opinions on the movie Shazam. So with that out of the way, let's get started with today's video. Before I snap my fingers, I have to call out someone who is very special to me. So, hey honey, can you come out over here please?
Shazam!
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching my channel, and please like and comment down below, and please subscribe to my channel as it really helps me out. And let's get started with today's video. Hey there.
Hello!
Well everyone, as you all can tell that this is my amazing beautiful wife, and she's going to be my special guest on this episode as we talk about Shazam. And we got the chance to watch the movie just last night. So, how about you just give me your personal thoughts, like your first impression of the movie?
Well, Billy's a foster kid who gets a sweet couple that takes care of him and adopts him with several other children. And my first reaction to the movie 2 years ago was, oh my gosh, I don't want to see this lame movie with my husband, but I have to. I'll make the best of it. But it was actually surprisingly really, really good. Very fun-friendly of all ages. It's got a couple S and A bombs, so maybe like 12 or 14.
Yeah.
But
kind of like an older kids vibe.
It's remarkably very lovable and fun, including sometimes kind of a tearjerker. Gets you right there in the heart. I loved the movie. It was great.
Excellent. So overall, do you think that the child actors and Zachary Levi, do you think they all did a good job with their acting abilities?
I do. There was lovable people. The little black girl was adorable, super sweet.
Yeah, she's very adorable.
Jake stole the show. He was the best actor out of everybody.
And Jake is the guy that plays the disabled brother?
He's the disabled brother with the dark humor that's hilarious. And he's a comic book expert that helps Billy along the way to find out his powers. And It's really fun, loving the way they do it. It's very fart, kind of Blink-182 humor. But it's very
well said.
Very lovable, very good the way that it got portrayed. He was by far the best actor. We have a couple of other good actors like Mark Strong, who was an excellent villain.
Yeah, Mark Strong in his case, he's already a DC alumni actor. So just getting to see him play Dr. Savannah, it's a very interesting take. And I would also have to say that Dijon Hanso, the guy that plays the god Shazam, I really liked him a lot as the elder. But yeah, like what you said about Dr. Savannah played by Mark Strong, I definitely think that both of them did a really good job with what they were given. I mean, like, they both were meant to play
very serious roles.
Yeah. Like, I would say that they were, like, the only ones who were more kind of, like, the serious aspects of the movie. Absolutely. And the rest of the actors that were involved were more of the comedic roles.
But what was hilarious was that even the serious actors, like...
Take my staff and say my name.
Exactly. They even had the serious characters have some funny moments. Just like at the end with the bad guy villain... Typical bad guy with the bald head, pierced look. From far away, he's saying all these things to Shazam. I will do this and that. And Shazam's like, I can't hear you, because they're all far away. Right. And it had been 2 years, and that still made me laugh.
Overall, I did want to ask you a couple questions. And that is in regards to at least, like, Zachary Levi. Do you think he was a good role for Shazam?
I really like his doofiness, his playfulness. He was a total dork. And very, very lovable in that sense.
He was like this charming man-child.
He was. He captured it really good. There was also a nice little hint to Big when he was running after...
That's right.
Away from the villain.
At the toy store.
With the piano. Yep. He did a really good job. I think that Jake, the kid, he's a little bit more of on a different level with his acting ability.
That's true.
I don't think that he can have the same level of depth, but for what the role that he did have and that doofiness and all that, he nailed that part. And
I agree.
Was really good there.
Okay, so my next question for you is, how did you feel about the visuals and just everything that involved the 7 deadly sins?
The CGI was amazing. Only 2 spots where I was like, little cringy, but I was looking for it. I was trying to be picky, knowing I was going to review this. The CGI is excellent on those little demon guys, and it's quite scary. You want to cover up your kids' eyes for those parts, maybe.
Yeah, especially when you see one of the deadly sins bite a guy's head off in the meeting.
Yeah, it's pretty hardcore at times.
Yeah. Especially that particular scene, it felt very disjointed just because it felt like that they were going with like a horror element a little bit.
It did, and
especially when they did like all the people up against the wall. They're all like,
the shadows, and that part was scary. Kind of dark, but DC can get kind of dark.
They can. How did you feel about the finale, like the third act of the movie? Because when we first saw the movie, we kind of agreed that it felt like that the movie at the third act, it kind of like kept on going, lagging a little bit too much. Like it felt like it was just like not ending, and you're seeing like Shazam, he gets down, he gets back up way too many times. How do you feel about the most recent viewing that we did?
I didn't have a problem with it. The last scene, the fight scene, could have been slimmed down a little bit, but I really appreciate it, especially when all the adopted kids come together as a family and fight together. And they all turn into superheroes, especially Jake, who deserved it the most for him being part cripple and stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely adorable, beautiful. Could it have been shorter? Yes. Could it have been not so, he gets down, back up? Maybe. But it entertained us, and that's the whole point.
That's true. I actually did want to ask you another question, and it's in regards to the story about Billy Batson himself. Because in the very beginning sequence, you see him lose his mother. But when we get to about like the midway section, just kind of like at the very end of the second act, we find out that the mother ditched him. How did you feel about that specific scene?
So he goes and finds his real mom. She looks all battered. Looks like she's not doing well. Might have an addiction problem. There's some guy in the background yelling, "Who's that?" Looks like she's serving tables, barely getting by. And she tells him the truth. I think the cops could have gave you a better life than I could. She was brokenhearted over the guy that didn't want to have anything to do with his kid, and she was alone, and she dumped him. And it's really sad, because you can tell Billy's coming at her with open arms, like, "Hey, Mom, here I am." And she's like, "What do you want, kid? Like, it's great to know that you're doing okay, but what do you want?" And he realizes the mistake he's made and the rejection, and he's like, I just wanted to let you know that I'm doing okay. And I'm in a family that loves me, and that's good. And moving forward from then on, there's no hiccups. There was kind of like some in-between. Billy was like, I'm in this family, not really. He's been hurt a lot. After that, moving forward, he was all in for his family, his adopted foster family. And that was beautiful.
So that's our review for Shazam. And I have one more last question for you, and it's in regards to your ranking system. And I just want to find out, how did you feel about it?
I'll give it a 7.5, 7.25. I prefer, of course, being a woman, more drama, more adultish. This is a little bit more kiddish. But compared to a lot of the garbage that's on TV today, I really enjoy it because there's not a lot of too much family-friendly stuff on there, and this one definitely is. So I'd give it a 7.25, 7.5.
Well, that's fantastic. And I just want to let you all know is that with my ranking system, you all know how I do my ranking. I base it off of like an average of all like these specific things of a movie that I look for. I look for entertainment value, I look at the story, and I came to my average ranking of a 8.1. So I just want to say thank you so much for being part of this.
Thanks for having me. This was excellent. I would love to be in another review.
And the next video that you're going to see of us is that we're going to be doing this debate and trying to encourage each other of whether X-Men Origins Wolverine is crap or good.
I'm gonna own it. It's
I'm
ridiculous.
gonna own it. Well, thank you so much for watching my video, and I just want to say thank you so much to my amazing wife.
Thanks for having me. This was so great.
And was there something else that you wanted to say to me?
Shazam!
Wait a minute.
What?
Bye, everyone. See you next time. And so my last question for you is, blooper reel. Every time.